There's such a cinematic quality to your songwriting where you're painting these very vivid pictures. How much does your love for film play a role in the way that you write and in your own music videos?
I think that part has to do with a lot that I generally haven't read a lot. I'm one of those people that has found art through visualization and movie
Mm,
and that sort of aspect. So I think it has to do a lot with that. So I mean I've always loved film. When I was younger, obviously more childish movies, probably Pokemon movies or something like
mm.
that. But now when I'm like the older I get, the more I kind of deep dive into the pits of of old film and yeah, I mean it's amazing. It's a cool art form that I really enjoy for some
I
reason.
feel like that bleeds into the work that you've done as a musician, which is very
Yeah,
innovative. And there's also such a universal quality to your songwriting where it feels very personal to you and your experiences, but listeners are able to interpret your words and apply them to their own lives. Is that balance
yeah.
something that you're mindful of during the songwriting process? And do you have a favorite lyric that you've written throughout the years?
Oh, I definitely think art should be perceived in a different manner for everyone who listens to it. So I do try to keep it very uh, I want to be specific about some parts, but then in some aspects I also want to zoom out so everyone can kind of have their own take on it. So that's definitely something that I try to incorporate in my music. And also like some things you want to be personal about, but also some things you want to leave out. So you don't like show too much, I guess. Um, I don't know if I have one favorite lyric. Honestly, I write so much music, so I honestly
Mm,
can't remember any of them. So it's like I feel like I keep going in circles with the same type of words. It's like a imagine if you had like a 200-piece puzzle and you go back to the same puzzle each time you write a song. So I feel like that's what I'm doing. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't know. There's too much work. So like I honestly have no idea. But I mean, that's also the best part of this job is to be able to release my creative children, I guess, and just
mhm.
leave it to the world and let people enjoy it. And I tend to ask my fans like, "What's your favorite lyric?" or they'll tell me out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and it's so amazing to see that the music that I write and put my time into resonates in someone else in that way. Like it's not always about me, which is amazing. It's almost like
Mm.
a just giving it to the people that really enjoy it.
That's gonna be so rewarding for you as a songwriter. I saw on your Instagram you were posting your new song Atom Bomb and asking about lyrics, and every single comment is
Yes.
a different lyric. That's gotta be so rewarding for you.
Yeah, yeah, it is cool because it also brings depth to it where music has so many layers and some kinds of music you just want to stand and like
Hmm.
wave your fist to and some music it's like a cool chord or something like some songs don't have the best melody but like the lyrics are super poetic and amazing. But yeah, it's cool to see that my fans listen to my music and find different messages and it touches them personally in different ways, I guess, without being too cheesy.
That's a great answer. A perfect segue to this next question. But I think it's also a testament to your artistry that in the past, when you've released music, fans and listeners have gotten multiple versions of a track, whether that's that final cut with all the production, the acoustic versions that you've done, or a live rendition. As you're in the process of creating a song, are you thinking about how it's going to play in all these different settings? Is that kind of a litmus test on whether or not you have a good song on your hand?
If I'm gonna do that, like I've done before, like acoustic version, garage sessions, or the live versions, I really want to approach it in, I don't know, it's fun to surprise people. So
Hmm.
I'd want to do it in the same type of manner, but in a different way where it's gonna be inspiring to people. Like that's something that's really fun to like just surprise people in the best of ways, not with like in a weird way where I'm just like, oh, like standing in a room singing one note, but where it's like, oh, we haven't seen this before from Boy in Space, and that's really interesting. And so I'm definitely, yeah, I'm always looking for different ideas and trying to like expand on it could be the song or like a concept of an EP or whatever. Yeah, it's just fun to create that way.
Also been really open about the ups and downs that you faced in the past couple of years, both personally and musically. How have those experiences influenced this next body of work, and how are you been able to bring another level of vulnerability to your artistry?
I think the vulnerability is going to be just in a different way. Like
Hmm.
I think you're always writing from personal experience or like the way you view the world. And I think this time around I might even like make a happy song like one time just to surprise everyone. Like I've always done these like emotional sad songs where it's like breakups and it's like heartbreak and it's like I'm alone in my car crying, blah blah blah. And that's really fun, but I want to find my vulnerability in different places as well, like making it bittersweet in a way that I haven't done before and finding that
Mm,
good balance. Mostly I think I'm just appreciate I appreciate life way more. I'm really happy to be alive and breathing and have a loving family, and there's so many things that I'm grateful for. And I'm also grateful for having this platform and having
mhm,
people that are so invested into what I do and seeing how happy they get when I'm like, I'm releasing more music. And it's like, finally, we've been waiting. It's like a, a really beautiful response. So yeah, it's helped me in many ways to not take life for granted
mm.
and there's bad days, but just keep going one foot in front of the other and you'll be fine. Life's
Yeah,
life's tough, but you'll be good. Just keep
beautiful
going.
answer. Yeah. Speaking of
Yeah.
new music, Atom Bomb is your latest single, and it's been a while since we've gotten a new song from you. What
Yeah.
inspired this song in particular, and how did you know this was the right song to reintroduce Boy in Space?
Ooh, the first thing that really got me going was how pop it was. Because I think the latest, like in 2022 and also 2021, there was a lot of heavy flirtatious vibes from like the
Mm,
rock kind of emo vibe. And it's like, it was kind of where the pop space where it was at that time. But this time I was like, Atom Bomb is just a bop. Like, and it feels
yeah.
like it's in the same space where I started. And I really, I don't know, it feels like that's like a love that people have for my music. So it's just, yeah, I was just excited to feel excited about releasing something like that. And yeah, I just love the song, honestly. I just love that the like melody it starts with as well. I think that's a huge convincer for me about the melody. Ba 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 ba. Like, yeah, it just it hits in a good way. And
Hmm.
then lyric wise, it was typical day in the office writing about heartbreak, but also putting myself in there. And I know I've told other people, but it almost feels like I'm coming from this like apocalyptic time of my life where everything
Hmm.
has been kind of heavy and it felt very gloomy and dark, I guess. So I guess speaking on that and feeling like when you're at your lowest points, just also feeling like you're left by yourself because everyone forgets quite quickly when you're like in a bad spot. Like
Mm.
I feel like a lot of people have that initial reaction, which is empathy and love, but it's like I think the hard thing is to have a continued loving relationship with the people that are going through something for a long time. So I think it kind of touches into that as well.
This is gonna be a strange question, just given your last answer, but you've steadily been releasing music throughout the years. If you had to pick a song that best encompasses Boy in Space at this moment, which would it be and why?
Ah, at this moment, then I would have to say Atom Bomb because it's like the latest song, and I feel like that's the direction we're going for, and it definitely has that fresh sound that is fresh both to me and my fans, I think. but I don't know. For some reason, I thought about You and I as well, which is really underrated. One of my underrated songs, I feel like.
Hmm.
It has so much potential and it's so catchy and boppy and just super. Yeah, I love the lyrics and the whole production and everything about it. So I think that's a like underrated, under the radar Boy in Space song. So everyone listening who hasn't heard You and I, go and listen to it.
Yeah. A good uncut gem. And you shared on social media that you plan on making a lot of noise this year. What does 2024 hold for Boy in Space? Can we expect you back on the road? Is there a larger project that's in the works?
I think we're this time with my team, we've talked about a lot of different strategies to kind of kickstart this engine again. And now that it's up and going, I just want to release as much music as I can. So I don't want to get carried away in too much like one huge body of work. I really want to be continuous with the music that we're releasing. So I have a hunch there's going to be, I don't know, one or two EPs this year and a
Mm,
lot of singles and a lot of creative videos and yeah, like even social media is a huge part where I'm trying to I'm really trying to get like into that whole aspect of it because I've had such a hard time with social media before. It's such a I know a lot of artists can kind of feel the same way where it's like we're in this bubble of the studio, but when it comes to the social media and the posting, it becomes this like huge mountain that we're scared to
hmm.
climb because we have this huge passion of for perfection. So we feel like we pick up the phone, we make a video and it's not perfect, and the first thing we want to do is throw it out. So I think that's also a thing that I really want to be connected with more is like through Instagram and TikTok or YouTube, just connect with my fans more and be continuing that journey as well and see where that leads.